I guess I will address this because I don't know. People will get upset with me if I don't. No, I think this is probably a really good topic actually, because I've been thinking about it for a minute. About the sensationalization or the sensationalism is probably a better word of a lot of nonsense on YouTube, and not so much that I'm above it all. I guess I'm not really above it all. I mean, I still watch different like YouTube drama videos and stuff, but a lot of the time I find it to be like a hilarious waste of time, as such as this one. I think that it's a good thing to kind of talk about because I have had these thoughts for a minute, and I even considered making a video about Sneeko and Hamza, which I probably should still get around to. But basically, a lot of you guys on my channel wouldn't know this because I'm a crappy YouTuber. That I had a conversation with Lauren Southern, and it was about like mostly like gun control. Yeah, it was mostly like gun control, kind of like what are civilians supposed to do, kind of critiquing the police a little bit, and then towards the end, I kind of talked to her about a little bit of male issues and the male female dynamics, just a little bit of that. But in between that, or what sparked that conversation, I used the clip from Undead Chronic's channel because that means specifically he isolated what Lauren was trying to say in his clip, and I wanted Lauren to kind of be refreshed and like get her thoughts on that. So what happens then is she looks at it and then she starts reacting to it, and she reacts to the whole thing, which wasn't important to me. What was important and what I focused the conversation on was again the kind of the male female dynamic and how dangerous it is having a society of young men that don't want to like fight for it. And so Undead Chronic saw this, and he kind of, I'm gonna be frank, hilariously overreacted, uh, especially when you look at this title here, Lauren Southern and her pet simp slander Undead Chronic. This is really goofy. I mean, one, I don't really get to communicate with Lauren too much. I don't really know if I could really be considered her simp. I'll be frank. My opinion on Lauren is mostly positive. She's always been good to me. Um, if I asked for a conversation with her, she's never turned me down. She's like, yeah, sure, let's do it. It's always been cool to talk to her. So like, I'm not gonna throw her under the bus. I've talked to Undead Chronic. I didn't throw him under the bus either. Again, I said it's not really his commentary there wasn't really important. I just need he just isolated the clip that I needed. This idea that we like slander him, it wasn't about him. It was about the greater context of the conversation. And so one thing that kind of gets me about this thing is it's clearly sensationalized for like clicks and views. You'll notice that he's mostly using Lauren Southern's name. He's not using mine, even though I was present in the clip, and that's what kind of sparked it. It wasn't really Lauren Southern's idea; it was all me. But what kind of bothers me, there's a couple of things that bother me. I mean, one, if Undead wanted to just have a conversation, we could have done that. Like we talked to each other before, and then we have disagreements on I think a great many things, but I think kind of we would probably overlap on more than that. I think we'd mostly probably disagree on like solutions to these problems and like the way men should probably be addressing the issues. But I mean, as far as like the problems that we find, I think we would find ourselves, we would mostly be seeing the same thing. Um, so it's a little interesting to me. Again, he could have reached out. He could not reach out to me. He could have reached out to Dr. Ginger Hamster. I love this guy. We talk from time to time. He's always been good to me too. He's all you guys probably always see him in the comment section. Great guy. I love talking to him. So again, Undead could have just reached out to him to reach out to me. He could have just talked about it. But again, like the sensationalism is obviously it's just for clicks and YouTube. And to me, I've had some stuff happen to me. It's not even happened to me, but happened to my family members, and that put things in a little bit of perspective for me. Like I've never really looked too deep into the YouTube thing above and beyond using my life experiences to help you guys out. And I guess I know it kind of sounds a little bit pretentious and over enlightened in comparison, but like I'm not really for the type of content I'm starting to see a lot in the manosphere of just kind of like roasting TikTok videos and just roasting women and kind of saying the same thing over and over again. I kind of want to get to a point where as young men, like we have a purpose to fight for that is greater and beyond just kind of like status and resource acquisition. Like I want us to recognize how beautiful being a man is. And that's kind of what my primary concern is now with this YouTube channel is I want us to think a bigger and above and kind of beyond, just what the red pill and black pill has been getting us, and we need to move forward from this, because I think we've kind of gone over everything at this point. We've said all that needed to be said. Now it's time to actually start some application. Like, how do we take this information we have and make our lives better is what should be, at least to me, our primary focus. And this was another reason why I wanted to talk about Sneeko and Hamza, which I probably still make a video about. So on Undead Chronic, I haven't actually watched his live stream. I'm curious what he has to say. This is just kind of my preamble before I kind of respond to what he says generally. I'm obviously not going to go through it piece by piece. That would be ridiculous. But I'll probably get out a couple of different sections kind of to show you guys that this probably could have been handled a lot better, honestly. You were saying better than I can describe it. I mean, you said it.
Here it comes.
What? Wait, describe what
I sent it to you. Like, I literally posted the video.
This to me. Let me find it.
So he just admitted it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
let me bring this up.
You would stop at 40 seconds.
Is Undead Chronic right wing or left wing?
Like a fascinating.
I don't know. He's a maverick.
Hey, at least he gave me some respect with that. Is Undead Chronic right wing or left wing? At least I don't know. He's a maverick. Yeah, I'm neither.
Well, he's about to take that away.
Look, the left wing wants me to give more money to women. The right wing wants me to give more money to the cops so they can protect women. I'm neither of those. The only thing the right wing does for me is not take away my guns as fast. They still want to take them. So,
okay. Lauren Southern is shocked that strong men hate the feminist USA. All right, let's watch this video together. Let's watch what I said. What is this guy's... Okay. Is he like a MGTOW or something?
Something like that.
Okay, great.
Wrong, Beta!
I told you.
How many times do I have to say it?
So I'm not going to really spend a grand deal of time attempting to defend Lauren. I don't really need to. Her thoughts are her own. My thoughts are my own. Again, my primary concern wasn't really even so much Undead Chronic as much as it was what Lauren actually said. But so let's take stock in these two different responses. First of all, when I call him a maverick, if you look at the definition of maverick, you'll find that it's actually a great definition. I think even I could be considered a maverick, an unorthodox or independent-minded person. There you go. So then we move on to she asks if he's something of a MGTOW, or she asks if he's like a MGTOW or something. Actually, we'll just play the clip here.
What is this guy's... Okay. Is he like a MGTOW or something?
Something like that. And my response was, he's something like that. And it is, yeah, he is something like that. If we look at like MGTOW, men going their own way or man going his own way, he's a dude who's not really concerned with the, I guess you could say, the script that's given to men in society. So he's always not adhering to the different positions we're supposed to be adhering to. Now, I mean, most people have MGTOW be synonymous with males that dislike women and want to avoid relationships altogether. But I don't think its definition has to be as such. But it doesn't matter if I use the word differently than most people. The word just kind of becomes useless because we're not describing the same thing. So honestly, when I say he's something like that, I'm not saying he is a MGTOW, but he's similar to the idea of a male on the internet with unorthodox opinions that doesn't really agree with left or right wing politics and isn't really concerned with it. As to why this is considered being simping, I don't really know. Again, except to just be sensationalized, to just kind of make drama. I mean, I stand by it. He's something of a MGTOW. I don't know how you would define him apart from being a maverick. I don't know. I don't know if he even defines himself with any label. In the same way that I really don't. I don't really have a label. I guess I call myself a political mercenary because I don't really have a staunch position that fully encapsulates my thoughts on things.
Kinda. I can feel the simp better. Juices clogging up his esophagus, salivating. Yeah. He's talking to his queen.
Again, this is ridiculous. I mean, I respect Lauren. She's always been good to me, always been cool, always would chat with me if I open up a line. It's not about her being my queen, okay? If I had a queen, who would my queen be? Let me think for a second. Aqua from Kingdom Hearts. No, shoot, who would it be? Maybe Wonder Woman? Not Gal Gadot, probably. Like, I don't know who. I don't know. It's hard. Okay, I got it. My queen would be Artoria Pendragon. Let's go. It's like, no, it's not about being a simp or anything like that. It's just, again, I don't know how to define him. So he said he's something like that. I didn't think too hard about it. I tried again to not directly attack him, but I guess not. I guess that still counts as a direct. I don't know.
He knew better. He knew better. He knew that was bullshit when he said it.
I can confirm that I indeed did not know better. I didn't know better. I don't think I didn't. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know how to define people on the internet anymore. Red pill, black pill, white pill, blue pill. I don't know. I like Maverick. I think I like Maverick. Maverick is so much better.
Is accurate and based. I'm not saying it's shocking because they shouldn't be doing this. I'm saying that it completely makes sense. It makes sense. It's just a weird thing to see, right? It's crazy to see how much times have changed. But it makes sense that a lot of people are like, no, I don't want to fight for this country anymore because they've betrayed me. That makes sense. But it's still crazy to see.
That was the thing I wanted to like focus on, right? Because that
Oh, to be honest, I can't handle this guy's beta voice anymore. I wish he'd just unplug his microphone for all of eternity.
I will speak from the heart here. This is remarkably childish. I don't I guess my voice is my voice. I can't really change that. It is what it is. But what bothers me is, again, like, there's a much deeper and stronger conversation that needs to be had here. Like, we're adults. This isn't high school. We should be better than this. I don't really mind being ribbed. I don't mind, like a pot shot here and there. I don't mind a disagreement. I don't mind being called like, I don't mind any of those kind of, like, expletives, like, dang, that was a stupid point, or dang, that was a brainlet take. That's all well and good, like internet banter. But it's like, fam, there's a bigger conversation going on here. I mean, saying you don't like hearing my beta voice, it kind of obfuscates the fact that again, I literally in that point just said, like, I didn't want to focus on you. I literally just said that.
And you know what, Base? I thought about that since I ever talked to you years ago, but I reserved my criticism of the micro dildo you swallowed. It didn't get down to the stomach. It got stuck somewhere in your esophagus, going hard on your vocal cords, because I had somewhat a level of respect for you, but now I don't.
I mean, honestly, I'm not going to lose sleep at night because you don't respect me, my man. If you don't like my voice, that's your prerogative. But I think my primary concern here is the fact that there's a much bigger and more important conversation here, and to stop and roast me because of my voice obfuscates the bigger issue that I'm sure we mostly agree on, and that is a lot of Western men don't have a purpose or don't have a reason to fight and keep our society going, and that should terrify all of us.
Now I don't. Let's hear him simp.
That mindset terrifies the hell out of me. Because I recently, I've been talking about, like, incels and trying to help out young men kind of come back and recognize just how beautiful being a man is. Like, because being a man, a lot of people don't recognize this, but men have a very strong capacity to love women and love people.
Oh my.
Yeah.
He's making
so when they have a strong capacity to resist usury and being made into a utility, all of a sudden they're not strong anymore. They're weak. I
know why she has Base on. He's making her look good.
Yeah, today he is.
Oh my. Men have a strong capacity to love.
We already fucking knew that.
And how?
If it weren't for the love of men and their willingness to do what they're doing, you motherfuckers would be living in grass caves and fucking mud huts.
I really want to focus on this because I've been talking about incels a lot. Are you calling me an incel, Base?
No, dumbass. I was calling the incels. You literally saw and commented on the fact that I could not call you anything. I couldn't define you. I literally said something like that. I don't. I mean, this is just pure sensationalism. You're trying to make a problem out of nothing, and there's no reason to make a problem out of this conversation. Your friend responds with, "We already know that," and I'm like, "Yeah, you and I as content creators know that, But what about the audience? The whole point of us making these videos isn't to tell people stuff they already know. It's to give people recognition of things they may not already know or they may not understand currently right now. So, yes, we know this. Like, we're privy to this information, but it doesn't mean that the audience who's watching us knows this. It's something like this. I don't go on an algebra tutorial channel and then type in, I already know algebra, why does this channel exist? Well, it exists for the people that don't. So it would be moronic for me to criticize an algebra tutorial channel for telling me something I already know. You already know it, I already know it, but the audience member may not know it. They may need to be reaffirmed on how great being a man is and how strong our capacity to love and care about people is. That is a great thing. If you don't think that'd be the case, I mean, fine, we can argue about that. I would disagree with you, but to comment that you know something doesn't change the fact that someone else might not. That's a stupid point to make.
Just come out, find your testicles. They probably never descended. They're stuck somewhere in your abdominal cavity. That's a problem. That's a risk factor for cancer, by the way. Find them.
You know, my man, I don't know if that's a point you want to die on. Because if we're actually going to have a contest of which one of us has the bigger balls here, I'm pretty sure I would win that, considering the fact that I'm the one that actually gets on camera, shows my face, and stands by my opinions and takes any criticism directly, while you hide behind a literal smoke screen of weed and a weird zombie avatar character. I don't know if you would win for the more courageous person here. I don't think you win the contest of who here has more testosterone or bigger balls when you literally can't show your face on camera. I don't know if that's the battle you want to have, my man. I really don't.
And call me an incel. And then send me the Facebook profiles of your crush, and I'll make a Pornhub compilation video. And then you could cry about it and make more beta cope on your YouTube channel.
And so I'll end the video here. Undead, I wasn't calling you an incel. I don't. I was saying that the audience members that I have a lot of them are, as they would call themselves, incels or black pillars. And my ultimate objective is to kind of get them out of that mindset. They're right about the state of affairs, but I don't think that they're right to stew in it and to not try to do something different and move past it. I think that we kind of have to, because modern society is a place worth fighting for. If you want to call it cope, well, yeah, coping is not a bad thing. You're supposed to cope with bad things that happen to you. It's what the word means. That's like a lot of the pillars and a lot of the nonsense of the internet has its own lingo and its own honestly its own language, and they've done a real good job of trying to make cope negative or have a negative connotation. Verb of a person, deal effectively with something difficult. Yeah, you're supposed to cope. And you might want to call me autistic for having to read out the definition of the word cope, but this nonsense that you guys are doing on your channels, which I'll call you out directly here right now, is coping. You guys making fun of women and calling them whores and sluts and whatever, and talking about how much better you guys are, and you talking about making pornos, and you talking about how you smoke weed and work out and whatever, is you coping with the reality of the world that you're in. Is it an effective cope? I don't friggin' know, but that's what you're doing. You're doing the same thing. You can't call me out for coping when you're coping too. It's nonsensical. So yeah, and conclusion, this is childish. I'm sorry to say, but you're making like a deliberate effort to not actually address anything that I'm saying. It's just a roasting session, and a rather juvenile one at that. It's not even good jokes. It's real elementary school level stuff. I mean, if it was good stuff, I'd find some entertainment value in it. But it's literally poo-poo head equivalent type of arguing. Oh, your voice is beta. You have a beta voice. I'm gonna have sex with your crush from Facebook. What are you? Come on. You can do better than that. At least I hope you can do better than that, because this is weak sauce, my man. But yeah, no, I'll tell you this. I don't mind conversing with you. I don't mind talking to you in private or in public. I don't really care the venue. But we'll talk. We'll chat. I'll tell you that this is immature to your face, and that we should all be doing better than this. If that's what you want. However, this again is like a deliberate attempt to not understand the point that I was trying to make, or the things I was trying to say. I really didn't care about what you had to say about Lauren. She did, obviously. You know, you saw how she kind of took it on there. But what was more important to me was the discussion topic of young men not investing in society anymore. So, with that being said, I certainly hope you guys got something out of today's video. I highly doubt that. But if you did, man, you know, go ahead and click the like button. Yeah, shoot. Go and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. And as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.